Boostly Podcast, we're in season 8, episode 7. Coming thick and fast these, we've got a very special guest tonight. Gian Paolo Vairo is an Italian who is living in Spain. He is in the thick of the coronavirus crisis. He has got many years of experience in the rental industry, and right now he's helping hosts in Italy bounce back. We recorded this on Monday the 23rd of March. We recorded this at a time when Spain and Italy are at its peak of the corona crisis. So Gian Paolo was so kind of his time. He shared a little bit about what he's doing to help. He explained a little bit of the situation, how Airbnb massively affected hosts that he knows, and what we can all do to improve. It's a really insightful interview. I really encourage everybody to tune in and go and find Gian Paolo on LinkedIn or on Facebook to thank him for doing this. And as well, whenever you may be watching this in the future, hopefully by now, his business and his host businesses has improved massively. Please make sure you do me one massive favor and go and check out hostfully.com. Hostfully are the Boostly podcast sponsors. You can get one free digital guidebook right now by going to hostfully.com. Impress your guests when they come back with digital guidebooks, and as well, these are fantastic tools for letting people know about things that are coming up in the local area. Shops, restaurants, bars. You know, if you're taking guests right now during the corona crisis, you can explain about which ones are doing takeaway, which ones are going to the extra steps and measures. Before you do bounce into this episode, can you just do me one massive favor and just go tell one person today about the Boostly Podcast? Just share this with a friend. You can share it on your social media, take a picture, record your screen for a second and just go and upload it to Instagram stories, Facebook stories, LinkedIn, you name it. Just go tell someone about it, spread the word about what we're doing. And if this is the first time that you are tuning in, we've got the coronavirus series, season 8, episode 1 up until now has had a ton of fantastic guests. Please go back and revisit them and then tune into what we've got coming up. Right, let's get on with it and let's speak to Gian.
Thank you very much I'm very honored to be your host tonight. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be your guest. I consider myself an expert. I'm dealing with the vacation rental industry at 360 degrees since 2007. I would say about 15 years now. I've been working mainly in Barcelona. Is where I grew my experience. I started working as a property manager. I start in a very special moment, I think, when the vacation rental industry were rising, and I get the fortune to be one of the first property managers turning residential properties into vacation rental back in 2007. And since then, I start, getting knowledge about how the vacation rental works and getting passion to it. I worked in my last experience as a property manager was back in 2010. I think yes, but nearly 2010, 11 maybe. I was managing around 100 units here in Barcelona, and since then I quit it because it was turning me crazy. Literally, I work in different other companies like Kigo, Guesty, and many other big companies in the vacation rental. So I have, and this is, I think I'm lucky because I have a 360 degrees view, as I said, over the industry from different point of views, from distribution, from management, and from even the software side of vacation rental. So it makes me a complete professional in the vacation rental field. And I'm really, like I said, I'm really happy to did what I did and helping people now in growing their business, especially in Spain and Italy. This is where I'm staying now. I'm sitting in my studio here in Barcelona, but mainly I'm working with Italian market and Spanish market. I'm helping Spanish companies growing the business in Italy, and the other side Italian businesses growing to the Spanish market. This is where I'm helping people going from one side to the other. Basically, this is part of my business.
Right now, you're in Barcelona. We're obviously recording this on Monday, the 23rd of March.
Yeah.
So just give us a bit of an update what your life has been like personally and sort of business-wise for the last 2 weeks, because, well, for the last week you've been on lockdown, last 2 weeks you've been on lockdown.
Yeah.
Like, how has it been for you? You know, obviously you're a father, you run a businesses, like personally, not been like, give us like a little like sort of indication what life has been like living in Barcelona at a time like this.
We are now entering the second week of lockdown, and yesterday the government said we are going to have 2 more, so we are going to have 4 weeks in total, maybe more. I think they're going to be more, because 4 weeks they are not enough to be out of this crisis, I think. And business-wise, I think on my side, I didn't see too much changes, because I'm working remotely for the Italian market. I see that a lot this crisis is affecting a lot of people working in vacation rental. I see their business is dropping down. Literally, they lost nearly the 85-90% of they bookings for the season. So I'm seeing literally business closing down, people firing, people in the firing entire teams, and companies taking advantage of this situation, buying contracts, or companies buying, trying to taking advantage of this crisis. And this is from one side is good, because they're saying that they found opportunities out of this crisis, and the other side I'm seeing people that try to succeed in the vacation rental going down. So it's sad to see this going on.
Yeah.
My fathers are living in Italy, in the Alps, so they are safe at home. I think they don't have problems. Maybe they are sad to stay at home. They are looking down since first week of March, so three weeks and a half already. So they're having crazy times also them in Italy.
Where you are now, you're obviously, are you in an apartment? Are you in a villa? Like how's your, like, so obviously you cannot leave the house and only go and get groceries. Like, what's like the sort of day-to-day for yourself and for your family where you are now?
I have the opportunity. I had the chance to buy a real large apartment with a really nice terrace. So my lockdown, I'm spending a really nice lockdown, because in Barcelona the weather is pleasant. So I can go out. I can have lunch and dinner out. Not today because it's raining, but still I'm doing fine and doing well, because I'm really happy here, because sun is shine, and I stay. Even my wife is working directly in the terrace, and not me. I'm working in my office, but yeah. We are going to have we are doing shopping once per week, maybe. Yes, couple of times per week maximum. But it's okay, because we have the supermarket here at the corner, and it's like 5 minutes going there. But yes, you cannot go out, because the police stop you and say, hey, you need to go home, and if they find you without now from today they are requiring a kind of allowance or permissions to go from one side to the other, and you need to justify that you're going out for some reason. If they find you without this permission, you're going to be fined, or even you can go to jail, because I'm reading every day on newspaper people that went to jail because they weren't bringing this paper.
So obviously these measures have been put in place, and obviously we hope and we pray that it will be sooner rather than later that life can become back to what we ever thought was normal. So. Whatever is going to be the new normal moving forward. But thank you for sharing that, because we've got people that are going to be listening and watching this from all over the world. This podcast goes out to people in Australia, in America, Canada. We've got people over in the South America, North America, Australasia, obviously UK and Europe. So it's really interesting hearing stories from people all over the world. And in this series, we're going to be hearing from people living all over the world during this. Now, let's bring it back to hospitality just for a second. Now, we have seen over the course of the last sort of 10 days, we're obviously, you and I, we obviously have worked with partners such as Airbnb, Booking.com, Expedia, etc. over the past, and as these OTAs, we have seen Airbnb treat its host ridiculous over the course of the last 10 days. They have, without warning, gone down the route of just refunding and letting guests cancel stay without any respect for the host. How have you personally observed this from the people that you help now, from the people that you help over in Italy and sort of Spain? What has been the general opinion on the OTAs, in particular, you know, Airbnb, from the discussions that you've been having with hosts that are there in Italy and Spain that are literally in the firing line of all of it?
Crazy move from Airbnb. A lot of people found themselves, you know, literally peace out from you know, Airbnb. And I want to you know, to repeat one of maybe, you know, Luca De Giglio is one of my mentors, is one of the most important experts in vacation rental, at least in Italy and I would say in Europe. And was saying that, you know, Airbnb has been considered like a service. You know, we figure out that it's not like this. Airbnb is an infrastructure, and you need to pay something to be there. They can decide to, you know, kick you out in every moment, and they can decide to, you know, as they did. They decide to, you know, change the rules from one day to the another, and find yourself with, you know, a calendar full of bookings, and the day after, nothing and no compensation. But the bad thing I see in this, that they are keeping their part of the cake. This is crazy. I mean, I understand that, you know, this is a really tough moment, and, you know, even guests, they are saying, hey, I'm not traveling to Italy because it's, you know, it's the ground zero of the coronavirus. So even you know, the wisest host would say, hey, I'm going to refund you because you're not coming, and it's clear that you're not going to Italy, you're not coming to Italy because of the virus. The thing is that the point is, Airbnb is decided unilaterally to refund guests without, you know, any cancellation fee, but keeping that part of the cake. This is the part, for me, the craziest part of the point. I think most of the people that I've been talking these days saying, guys, we are not going to allow this in from now on, because OTAs in general, starting from Airbnb in this case, but all them, they have been squeezing hosts like lemon for even 15 years now.
Yeah.
And this is a new feature. From this point, we are not going to tolerate this kind of things. So I've been hearing people starting a new OTAs or wise OTAs or better OTAs. I mean, just a lot of bullshit, because it's impossible to now start a new OTAs from scratch today. But the thing is, what I'm really convinced that this is a new starting point, and from now onward, you know, the vacation rental world needs to change, and OTAs need to be aware of that, because now things need to be different. Because in some cases they were abusing their condition of being we are big and you need to do this if you want to you need to be visible. If you want to be visible, you need to pay this, or you need to do that. I think many property managers, many hosts wouldn't accept this anymore.
I think the problem is, and I've been saying this for years, you cannot build your house on somebody else's land. And unfortunately, with the rise of the OTAs, Booking.com, Airbnb, particularly Airbnb, and I see this really strongly in the USA. In the USA, I speak with hosts in the Airbnb groups that they say that I have no website, I don't have no channel manager, I use Airbnb to bring in 100% of my bookings. I get maybe a smattering of direct bookings if they book with me repeat, but even then I see hosts, when they get a guest come back to them, they say, I'll just go book on Airbnb, because it's simple, super simple. Those are now the ones that are going to be out of business. Those are the ones that are coming to me for a website. Those are the ones that are coming to me asking me which channel manager or PMS I recommend, because they build their house on someone else's land. And I think if anything comes good of this, I just hope people learn, and they take your advice, they take my advice, they take all of the people that are giving really good advice out there on why you should put your time and effort into getting a website that works, and a PMS, a property management software that you can get on with, a channel manager, and you just sort of make sure that you are present everywhere. Now, what I really want to talk to you about, and the reason why I asked you on, and this is something that I've spoken to you about when we met in Barcelona in November at the Short Stay Show, is that everybody's attention. And I think now is really a good time to talk about this. Everybody, whether we like it or not, is going to be on lockdown at somewhere part of the world. Like, I'm recording this on the 23rd of March at 7 o'clock. The UK has not yet gone into lockdown. We've got a big announcement coming in an hour's time, which you assume means that there's going to be a lockdown coming, but everybody's going to be in their house. You are right where the big companies want. Facebook, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Netflix, Disney. They've got you exactly where you want you, which is in your house with your listening devices, with your phones, with your computers, and they've got your attention. And again, the same thing applies. If you build your whole foundation, if you build your whole network on one of these big channels, then they can, like that, totally give you a Mike Tyson knockout punch to your head. So what I love what you've done is you've created something called Hubstr. Now, it's good because taking people away from these big guys, and you can build communities on a platform that is not one of the big guys. So could you please, just in simplistic terms, just explain what Hubstr is and how it could benefit the vacation rental world?
Hubstr means Hub for short-term rentals. So HTR. And the idea comes out together with Deborah Labby. Maybe you know her.
We know Deborah well.
Yeah, exactly. So we were having a dinner together here in Barcelona maybe 6 months ago, when we were figuring out that now she was saying that in Sydney there are a lot of property managers, there are a lot of people doing vacation rental, but there's no associations. There's nothing that put together the people in the vacation rental industry. So I say it's impossible, because even in Barcelona, which is way smaller than Sydney, there are a couple of associations. We are like 400 people, 400 property managers in the industry that meet up regularly. We want to discuss about regulation, about things and going on. And in Sydney, the thing is they are far away from everything. And Deborah was saying, hey, the problem here is that people from Sydney wouldn't come to Italy or to Spain or to London to meet people that matter in the vacation rental industry, because they are far away from everything. A good idea would be to bring events or meetings to these people. So we thought, what about designing a product, a platform, something that can bring together people from all over the world, people that matter in vacation rental industry, and put them together in a sort of community where they can, share information, share content, even share, courses, webinars, events on a unique platform, and we call it Hubstr. Basically, that's it. It's like, a way to put together a lot of, knowledge, info from the industry, best practices, and anything related to vacation rental, even opportunities, job opportunities, and things like this in one community. And we started it back in December. I have to say that because of the virus, will abandon it, because now I'm focusing in helping people in Italy because they need my help. This is something that we need to grow. We need to grow with you guys, even you, Mark, and all the people that matter in the vacation rental. So I take advantage of being here with you to invite a lot of people, everyone that want to join this community absolutely for free. We want to create a worldwide community of people that really want to share anything related with vacation rental in a community. Please.
I'm going to make sure that this recording is going to get put up into Hubstr, and I'm also going to put in a 5-step guide for free for any host around the world to get bookings now. So I think this is more prominent and more timely than ever. It's going to be at Hubstr. We'll have all of the links in the show notes on how to get there, how to create an account. We'll get all of that in there. So we'll make sure that people hear.
We were trying to offer this community to like local associations or to group of companies, or even people that organize events in, like, for instance, in Italy or in Spain or UK or somewhere, to share part of their content live, or even share videos or recordings of their events on Hubstr in order to share this knowledge with other people from Asia or US or other side of the world, to start learning something from the thing is US and Europe. Maybe they are producing a lot of content for vacation rentals, and maybe I'm seeing a lot of opportunities in Asia right now. There is the new world is where I think all of us are heading in the future. I'm trying to entering in the Southeast Asia, the Thailand, Malaysia, Vietnam. They are not booming. There are a lot of opportunities there. So we start growing, even producing contents for this region of the world. So Hubstr is a sort of a container for this information, and we want to pack them and put all this information available for this guy.
Now more than ever, I think this is a fantastic platform because there's no noise. So when you go onto a Facebook group, you've got noise everywhere.
Yeah.
Notifications, pinging. And it's not just, you can get super focused. You can get super focused. You can open up Hubstr and that it's going to be for the STR world. Short stay, rental accommodation, it's in there. And again, you can jump between different groups, you can jump between different conversations, but it's still all around the same topic. And I think at any moment in time from the last 100 years, if there's one time that the hospitality industry has needed to come together as one, where you can share advice, share tactics, share tips on how you can bounce back, it is now. So like I say, Hubstr, how do you spell it again just for people that are watching that want to go and jump on? Amazing. All right, so we're going to end there because we really wanted to just combat this in. Thank you so much for giving an insight to your world right now. Thank you for giving an insight into the current situation, and again with what people can look forward to. And I think Hubstr is the perfect way. Please go check it out. It's totally free to join. Come and find me on there. Come and find the boards, find the groups. I will get this interview is in there, and we also as well there'll be some tactics and advice. So thank you so much, Gian Paolo. If anybody wants to chat to you afterwards, I know you're very active and online on LinkedIn, and obviously you're on Facebook as well. But if someone wants to reach out and have a chat with you, ask you some questions, where's the best place to reach you right now?
I would say even either on LinkedIn and Facebook is the same. You can find me on LinkedIn. I'm on 24 hours available anywhere on Facebook.
On LinkedIn, if you just go into the search, type in Gian Paolo Vairo, which is GIANPAOLOVAIR. Helping short-term rental businesses to grow in the Southern European market. He is a fantastic guy. I'm looking forward to working more with you in the future. Thank you so much for being with us, and thank you to everybody who tuned in to this episode. Please do me a massive favor. Every night we'll go in videos, podcasts are going live every day to help the industry bounce back after the coronavirus. All I ask for you is that you share this on your social media wall, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, you name it. Please share it. Please tell somebody about it. Share it into groups. Just share it with people that you know, or just send it across in any. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll be back again very soon for another episode. And before you do leave, make sure you go and rate, review, and subscribe this on Apple's iTunes.